Hey, what's up everybody, Fate here and welcome back to a new video. Today I want to talk about something that just happened a couple days ago. And if you haven't seen the title, then well, you'll know that my high school band, if you'll remember from previous videos in the past, I actually did a lot of videos like this in the past for my junior year of high school. So I guess I'm going to do it again this year. So basically, we had just finished our marching season for band this week type shit. So my bad about the fan blade spinning in the background, by the way. I don't mean it to be doing that, it just does it. So please bear with me on that. But anyways, so marching season, right? Our marching season just ended. Our piece was called Inspired. It was like a religion type of piece. There was like Ode to Joy was in the piece for some reason. Mighty Fortress, whatever that's called. Well, what do you mean whatever that's called? That's what it's called. Whatever that is. There was like a few other pieces or whatever. I don't really remember. It was a religion-based piece though. And I didn't really, like, there were some fun parts to play, but like, overall, the piece was just kind of boring. Like, straight up, like, last year's show, the match, that was a lot more fun to play. And I didn't have a very fun part on that either. And I still had fun. But, like, for this show, I was on Vibe 2. And I had a pretty good time playing it. Well, I just contradicted myself. I liked playing Vibe 2. I preferred Vibe 1. I would have preferred it. But I'm fine with Vibe 2. I had a decent time playing that. And even though the piece, like, I was kind of more bored playing the Inspired piece than last year's The Match, I still had a decent time on it, even though I already said it was kind of boring. It still was kind of fun, though. So, like, I mean, yeah, so basically, now that I talked about the piece, for the sake of me not having a lot of dead space in this video, I'm going to talk about how we performed on the piece and how far we went with this piece. So, first two competitions were kind of weird. For prelims, on both competitions, we made like top 5 for prelims. I think it was like 4th or 5th place for both of them. And then the first competition, after finals, we made, I think it was 9th. And the second competition, we made 8th in finals. So we, between prelims and finals, the band went down in ranking. So we had like better prelims runs than finals runs, basically. Which was weird to think about, because sometimes we felt like our finals run was better than our prelims run, but they would send us lower down the rankings for our finals run than our prelims run, which was weird to us. And then region came around, which was like the competition that had you figure out whether or not you made area. The way you made area was you basically you had to get a first division, which meant you had to get like top 5 or something in the competition. There was only one run you did, and that run determined whether you made first division and made area, or if you didn't make first division and you ended up, and your season ended up ending. And once we got to that point, it was like, oh, this competition could be our last. From that point on, it was that exact position. It's kind of like when you play football and you make playoffs. It's like, yeah, from here on out, we have to win out the rest of this. Otherwise, this could be our last time on the field. It's just like that for band once we got to region. There is one thing I forgot to mention, though, that happened before region. The competition that was right before region, which was funny because the region competition and the one before that, both of them were at the same location, which was it was it was nice actually. Got I actually liked the area that it was at. But yeah, for the competition before the regionals, uh after our prelims performance, we had this other performance, like the percussionist, so like front ensemble and drumline, and then the color guard. Both of those sections got taken off to a separate area after our prelims was finished, and we had to go do this thing called a standstill performance, which basically we got taken to like a parking lot somewhere nearby, and we got set up like how we usually would for performances, and we would like perform our piece with just like, I don't know if drumline was actually like doing their marching and shit. It is called a standstill, so I don't think they were, but I think it's just like you stand in one place and you play your instrument, you play your part, and a couple of judges are in front of you judging how it is. I don't know how it works for color guard, to be honest. I'm not in color guard. I have friends that could probably ask from color guard, like how their standstill worked. But I might do that later on, but I don't really care enough, really. But back to our standstill. So it was front ensemble and drumline, but they also had to bring soloists and quartets with us, like the quartet and the soloists and all that, because there were some parts in our piece that was just them, and without them, our standstill would have been hella awkward. It was already kind of awkward because there was a lot of parts that we didn't have anyone playing at. Like, there were parts that only the rest of the band played. So it was like a really awkward thing doing that, because there was just a lot of parts where there was nobody playing because it was only the rest of the band. None of the quartet was playing at those parts. Drumline wasn't playing. Front ensemble wasn't playing. We were just standing there in silence for a few measures, just waiting for us to come back in. But yeah, there was that. We didn't really we performed decently well, I'd say, but we didn't do well. They only called like top 3 for the retreat. They only said top 3 for the standstills. Our color guard section got 3rd place for the standstills, which congratulations to them. And then we didn't get top 3, which was annoying, but it's whatever, I guess. And then, since I had to go backwards to talk about that. Let's go back to regional. So we made area. We got first division. We made area. Now let's talk about area. Area. I remember last year when we went to area for both area prelims and area finals, we had the best runs of our show that we've ever had. And everybody else was hoping that we'd have a similar situation this year. That's exactly what happened. We went to area prelims, performed, made it to finals. From what I heard, we made 3rd place overall out of everybody. So we were doing really good at area. Went to area finals, performed even better. Had an even better performance. We went and loaded everything back up. Went back to do whatever. And then retreat came around. We got 2nd place in area finals. And 3rd place overall throughout the entire competition. There was one band that beat us in finals. I'm not going to say who it is because, well, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to say it. China Springs was the only school that beat us for area finals. Other than that, all the other bands got lower than us. It was weird too, because there was a band there that we thought they were going to make state, but they didn't. They got because they were only bringing top 6 from area finals to state, and the school I thought that was going to make it got 8th place, so they didn't even make finals. Well, they made finals, but they didn't make state, so I was like, damn. That was crazy. But so the school that we've been worried about all season, that's been kicking our asses all season, they made first place and they made state with us, along with a few other bands. So we made state. Then we ended up getting like a nice weekend off because we've been going weekend after weekend of just like going through the week at school, then going to football games, and then going to competitions right after football games, which was just exhausting. So state rolled around. Last year for area, we had a hotel to stay at so we could like get closer to area. We didn't do that this year. We didn't stay at a hotel this year. So for state this year, instead of doing it for just 2 nights like we did last year, this year we did it for 3 nights. We stayed there for 3 days. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we loaded everything on Tuesday, went there. We went to the... Well, first we went to a mall. Fun fact, actually, we went to San Antonio. And if you know the North Star Mall in San Antonio, that mall got shot up the same night we went there. I'm talking like maybe 30 minutes to an hour after we left the place, it got shot up. Like, I think the way it got shot up was like someone just ran in there, started shooting, and then just dipped. That's what I heard. I was probably wrong because I was told that from someone else, which isn't really the best source. But if that person is correct, then that's exactly what happened. One security guard got shot, and that was about it. We don't even know if he's dead or not. But either way, let's just move past that. That was insane to think about. The itinerary, it was kind of funny because we didn't follow the itinerary. The times were completely off. It said we were going to get to the mall at like 6 and then spend like 2 hours at that mall. We got there at 7 and then spent an hour there. So I went there. I went and got some Auntie Anne's pretzels. They weren't as good as I thought they were. I spent $8 on a damn cup of those little like pretzel bite things. And them motherfuckers were mid. They tasted weird. It's like if you're gonna sell that expensive of those expensive ass pretzels, you better at least make them taste good. You know what I mean? Like they tasted burnt. But that's another topic for another day. Went around looking for stuff in the store. I ended up like last minute walking into the Lego store and buying a $50 Batmobile set, which was just like ridiculous. But I liked the Batmobile set more than the Batwing set, even though the Batwing was like $35 and the Batmobile was $50. But I was like, whatever, it's cool. I already did it. Then I just walked out, and then next day we went to State. Then we went to another mall. We had to walk to it from State after we performed and loaded up and everything. We were timed on loading and unloading as well. We ended up getting like 30 minutes, but that was like with the trailer and both U-Hauls, which, like, damn. We had like 5 minutes to spare when we got done loading, too. We had like 5 minutes left. So after that was done, we went to the mall, to a different mall, chilled in there. I ended up like, cause I don't have a card, I just have a bunch of cash. So like, when we went to the Legoland store to fuck around, like the Legoland store only has like, they only take card for money. They don't take cash. I guess they don't have a cash register or any way to accept cash, so they just only take card, which was kind of annoying for me because I don't have a card. I only have cash. So one of my friends had a card, and they were like, yeah, you can, if you want, you can pay me back in cash and I'll buy it, but it has to be less than $20. So I was like, whatever. Got a $10 Lego set there. It was whatever. And then later on that night, like, we ended up finding out that we didn't make finals at State. We ended up getting, like, I think it was, like, 17th place overall in State, which was insane to think about. It was also weird because I heard from people that the judges, they were, like, fighting each other. They were, like, arguing with each other on where to place us. Like one judge gave us 22nd place overall for our like music and shit, and then the other judge gave us 6th place. So it was like, I guess I just had to find a middle ground to balance it out, and that's why we got 17th. But it's whatever. So we didn't make finals. Our band director gave us a little pep talk about us not making finals because everybody was pretty upset about not making finals. So they were talking to us. They said it was our best run we've ever had. It was just other shows were better than ours. It didn't help that other bands also performed Ode to Joy in their piece. The fact that we weren't the only band that did Ode to Joy was fucking insane to me. But it was also like, whatever. It was just kind of annoying to deal with. And one of the bands that also did Ode to Joy made it to finals. So it was like, what the fuck? I guess. But, so like, after we found out we didn't make finals, we walked out and we went to the mall again. While we were at the mall, I actually went and picked this up at GameStop right here. We had some extra time, so I was like walking around and shit. And then I find this guy right here at the GameStop. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a Supersonic plushie. I wanted a Sonic plushie, like I've been wanting one for years after my dog chewed it up. And the Sonic plushie they have at GameStop, like they have a regular Sonic plushie, but it looks like shit, and I don't like it. So when I saw that Supersonic right there, I liked the way it looked, and I bought it right then and there. So now I have a Supersonic plushie. Yay. So I ended up spending like $90 on this trip as well. So I bought like 2 cups of the pretzels at Auntie Anne's, which is like $8 each. Bought the $50 Batmobile. I bought that like $13 plushie. Bought a $10 Lego set for it was like a Boba Fett ship set. I want to say that's all I bought. I probably spent more though, to be honest. Yeah, just moral of the story is I spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of money on that trip. At least in my opinion, I spent a lot of money. But after we got done at that mall, our band director had us stay there at the place where state was going on. He had to stay at the Alamo Dome and watch all of the other bands perform in finals. We didn't have time. We didn't make it back in time from the mall to watch the first band in finals. But when we got there, we had to watch all of the other bands in finals. Which was annoying too, because our band director was like, hey, we're not going to make y'all watch all the bands in finals, but we're going to make you guys watch quite a few. Then we get there and he makes us watch all of them. So then, we don't even stay for a retreat either. We watch all the finals performances, and literally as soon as the final band performs in finals, everybody in our band stands up and leaves. So we don't even stay for a retreat. Thank God. We end up just leaving the place, getting on the bus, taking attendance, going back to the hotel, sleeping, waking up the next morning, and then packing everything up and leaving. Get back home and unload everything. The trailer wasn't even there, so we had to wait till tomorrow morning, which was yesterday, as of this recording, to actually unload the trailer. But the U-Hauls were there, so since I didn't want to have to go to 7th period, I wouldn't have had to go either way, but still, I didn't want to have to deal with that, and I didn't want to just stand in there and do nothing. So I just helped them unload the U-Hauls real quick, and then once that was done, I got all my stuff ready to go, and then my mom got there around that time, so she ended up just picking me up and we went home. And that's everything about marching season that I want us to talk about. Yeah, I really like this year. It's the last year of marching season I'll ever be able to go to. That is, unless I either tank my grades and get held back for another year, or I end up going to college after high school, which I don't even know if I will. And even if I do, most of the colleges in this area don't have a front ensemble. So I might not even be able to do marching season. unless I learn how to be in drumline. Unless I learn the drumline part, I'm not going to be able to do that. You know? And I don't think a college is going to accept a guy for a drumline part who has no experience in drumline. Yeah, that's all the talk I want to talk about for this video. So I'm going to end the video off here, guys. So if you like what you saw, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. If you want to check out my other socials, you can go to the about section of the channel or to the description of this video and all my other videos. This video is a lot shorter than the one from last year that I did when I talked about marching season then. But it's whatever. Still hope you guys enjoyed this one just as much as the other one. Didn't really want to drag on and talk about details I didn't need to talk about. So that's why this video is probably a lot shorter than last year's video, because that's exactly what I did last year. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And I don't think I have anything else I need to say. So with that all being said, my name is Fate. This has been me talking about my senior year in marching band, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.